This is ShadowQuant, Market Brief, brought to you by AriesLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Monday, July 6, 2026, and this is the New York pre-market. Now, let's get into it. Extreme fear has gripped markets, with the crypto fear and greed index plunging to 14 out of 100. As the NASDAQ 100 leads major indices lower, all eyes turn to Tuesday's consumer price index data, which will determine whether this defensive rotation holds or breaks.
Good morning, here is the pre-market snapshot. The S&P 500 tracked by SPY is holding relatively steady at $744.78, down just 13 basis points. The Dow tracked by Diamonds is the bright spot, up 1.05% to $527.88. But the Nasdaq 100 tracked by QQQ is under significant pressure, down 1.73% to $712.60. Small caps tracked by the Russell 2000 ETF IWM are also lower, down 58 basis points to $297.58.
Grid has the market data. Let's move to the corporate sector to see if any earnings surprises are fueling this defensive shift.
There are no major earnings reports from S&P 500 companies scheduled for release today. However, we are seeing significant activity in SEC filings and smaller cap movements.
Cipher confirms no major earnings surprises, but the filing activity and core scientific weakness suggest underlying stress. Let's look at the macro backdrop with Pulse. The macro picture is defined by sticky inflation and a diverging dollar. As of the latest data from the Federal Reserve, the 2-year, 10-year yield curve is flat at 35 basis points, a level that often precedes caution in credit markets. Pulse highlights the inflation trap and the upcoming central bank calendar. Now, let's check the risk radar. Spectre, anything on the risk radar?
Risk desk is quiet today. No elevated signals. The VIX is low, and there are no credit downgrades or geopolitical disruptions impacting the major indices. The only risk is the sentiment shift. The crypto fear and greed index at 14 is a contrarian indicator, but it hasn't yet triggered a broad market correction. The risk is a slow bleed, not a crash.
Risk is contained, but sentiment is fragile. Let's look ahead with Apex.
Here is your look ahead. 3 things to watch today.
If you're finding value in this analysis, support the project at patreon.com/ShadowQuant. Patrons get early access to every episode, weekly AI analyst scorecards, and daily intelligence briefs. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, hit that follow button and leave a rating. It helps more traders discover the show. We appreciate you. This is an AI-generated market briefing by ShadowQuant. All information is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Market Brief. Stay tuned for the New York session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.